I could go on, but let's talk about our governor. Our governor has transformed education. She's transferred education. She says a 8th or ninth grader should have a path to prosperity through either workforce, going to college, or joining our great military. Our governor has said that access in education is important. And I share with you her vision, but she's investing. You talked about the $2 million with the Align program. The governor is investing in a 21st century Arkansas. Ladies and gentlemen, the governor of the great state of Arkansas, Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders.
Wanted to make sure I didn't drop his coat on the ground. I think the only reason he loaned it to me, I know part of it's because he's a true gentleman, but I also warned him that I was cold and I was about to scoot my chair closer to his. So I think he figured maybe that was better than me having to sit too close. But we are so thankful for Colonel Todd and for the great leadership that you provide our state. We've known each other for a very long time. He is a proud native of Pine Bluff, Arkansas, which is the first place that I also called home, and just a tremendous person, and as you can see, a true gentleman in every sense of the word. So thank you, Colonel, for all that you're doing for this school, for all of higher education, and for the way that you represent the U of A Board of Trustees. I also want to recognize several of the other notable men and women that are here today. Outside of Colonel Todd, we've got a couple other members of the University of Arkansas Board, Chairman Kelly Eichler, Judd Deere, and Kevin Crass. Thank you all for being here and for the great work that you're doing. Also want to thank Chancellor Lisa Willenberg, who has done such a tremendous job of leading this campus and really taking it to the next level, and so grateful for all of the wonderful work that you're doing, which is evident not just by this building, but more importantly by the sheer number of people that have shown up here today to support your efforts and your great leadership. So thank you. Also want to thank Conway County Judge Jimmy Hart. Proud to get to work alongside our county judges, who are typically the first calls that people make when they need something in a community, along with the mayor, Alan Lipsmeyer. We are so thankful for what you're doing, the way that you're growing this whole area, and as you mentioned, some of great economic development has taken place, and those things don't happen by accident. It happens because of great leadership and great partnership, and you two are both at the forefront of that, so thank you for your great work. You know, I'm excited to be here and be part of this event, not just because we have the opportunity to kick off and be part of this facility opening, but also because this is our 17th Capital for a Day here in Morrilton, Arkansas. This is an event that I started and something that I really love getting to participate in, because it gives us the chance to highlight some of the great cities around our state and bring senior government officials to those towns. I get to spend the entire day with my cabinet and members of my staff right here in this community, visiting local businesses and local government office. We've already had our first stop and got a much needed caffeine energy shot to make it through the full day at Big Cup of Coffee Shop. A great spot and a great way to connect with people around the community. But I'm especially glad to be here at UACCM and to help open this school's brand new Nursing and Science Center. It's a state-of-the-art facility with 35,000 square feet, 2 stories, and with a skills lab that operates like a mock hospital. It's even complete with mannequins that have symptoms and can talk. You know, I think it could have been kind of fun to use a couple of those on Halloween at the governor's mansion a couple weeks ago. Maybe next year. This building isn't just great because it creates a new home for UACCM's 6-decade-old nursing program. It's great because it's going to help our state provide the nurses that we desperately need. I was told that at a job fair here last week, there were dozens of Arkansas hospitals and clinics that showed up looking to hire graduates from right here. That's because the demand for nurses is growing faster than every other occupation in Arkansas and around the country. Experts say that we'll need nearly 300,000 new nurses in this country by the end of the decade. And at the same time, the average nurse is in their 50s, approaching retirement age. I like to think we got a little bit longer for our retirement, but maybe not. We need Arkansas's education system geared towards meeting those needs. And that's exactly what this represents. That was the logic behind creating the Aligned Nursing Training Grant Program, which my administration has already been able to award more than $20 million to 19 different colleges and universities over the course of the last year. And it's why we directed $2 million towards this project specifically. UACCM boasts a 100% nursing exam pass rate. That's a big deal and virtually unheard of anywhere among its practicing nurses, and a nearly 100% pass rate among its registered nurses. You've proven how good you are, and now we're providing the funds that not only help you keep up that great work, but expand it so more students can participate. But this building cost $16 million, of which the state only paid a portion. Much of the rest of it came from the local community, from banks, from hospitals, and businesses that see the advantage of having a great institution of higher education in their town. The strength of this community is what I want to highlight throughout our visit in Morrilton today. And to do that, I want to share the story of a UACCM graduate named Linda. 13 years ago, Linda was living in Clarksville, working as a waitress and a CNA. She took care of 10 children, 3 of her own and 7 from other family members. She only had an 8th grade education because she had dropped out to help take care of her disabled brother, who sadly later passed away. At the restaurant where Linda worked, there was an older couple who were regulars and were always telling Linda that she needed to get out and get a good education. And Linda told them, how could she do that? She didn't even have a car. Out of the kindness of their hearts, that older couple showed up one day and gave Linda the keys to an old van that they owned. She went first to UACCM to become a nurse, then to Arkansas Tech to the master's, and then to the master's program at the U of A. And this past May, 13 years later, she has from beginning her journey in higher education, she graduated with a doctorate in nursing. That is the power of education. And more importantly, that is the power of a community that wraps its arms around each other and makes its people their priority. I want to thank everyone who contributed to this announcement today and is working to pave a path to a better education for every Arkansan. I want to thank the students who are learning how to become better professionals and who are making our state so proud. And most of all, I want to thank the community of Morrilton for supporting a great institution like this one and for hosting all of us here in your community today. Thank you, and what a great day of celebration. Thanks so much for having me.